Okay, hi. So we are continuing with part one. Right. So your next question is, why do you think that hobbies keep changing from generation to generation?
Well, it's totally depend on the availability of resources and mindset of the people at a specific point of time.
Hmm.
For instance, the generation of my mother father used to
Of my
pursue
parents,
uh,
generation of my parents' generation.
generation. My parents' generation usually like to do some agriculture practice as their hobby.
They were involved in
Uh,
agriculture, not agriculture practice. They were involved in agriculture. Okay.
they were involved in agriculture, so as of now they are like to plant some trees and uh, vegetable. Uh, they'd like to grow some vegetable in their kitchen garden, uh, and that generation of and my generation of for my age usually like to engage in some kind of reading or try to explore the new gadgets or the cutting edge technology which is currently available in the market. Uh, some of kids I know from my friends or my family friends kid, they are now engaging themselves in totally in the cutting edge technology like using new phones. They like to play uh, games, not to, on the physical world rather than play them in the virtual world, like using video games or like things like that.
Mhm.
So
Okay. Yeah. Continue.
pursuing hobby, pursuing hobby is changing itself along with the generation.
Hmm.
Yesterday, I came to know that
Hobbies are
there is a
changing. Hobbies are changing along with generation.
hobbies are changing along with the generation.
Along with
Yesterday, I would like to share a interesting fact that I yesterday came to know that there is a virtual championship of playing games here in India and across the globe of the game known as, I think, PUBG is
hmm,
the game.
the game is
So there the game is PUBG, and not only the PUBG, there are several games over the
not
internet,
only
and
PUBG, not only PUBG.
not only the PUBG, but there are
Just
several games.
once, you know, because you have already said PUBG once.
Okay, not only that game, there are many games which are
Many
played
other games.
online by
Many other games.
so many other games are played online by different team uh, uh, by different teams across the globe. And one more thing to note over here that there is a hefty amount which is given as a reward to the winning team.
Hmm. Okay, fine. Next question is, what types of hobbies do you think future generations would have?
As we discussed recently, that the future generation will go on the cyber world where they will play or they will learn the things online or using the world wide web. So the future of the hobby will definitely on the internet. However, due to some constraint of doctor's advice, it will be compulsory for them to have some kind of physical exercise. So not only the people will pursue online getting online and learn something new or playing games, they will also pursue to keep themselves fit using calisthenics and gymnastic or some kind of crossfit exercise.
Hmm. Oh, great. If you had an opportunity to pick up a new hobby, what it would be and why?
As of now, I am trying to read new books, and that will help me to boost my knowledge. So definitely there is a natural confidence you gained while you are having some new knowledge. So that is currently I'm pursuing. However, I would like to learn a strategically important game known as chess or shatranj in Hindi.
Hmm. So you
So
don't need to say
it
what.
will
Don't say what it is in Hindi. Just
okay.
chess.
Chess. Okay. I would like to learn chess because it will not only benefit my cognitive ability, but it will also make my it will also give me a new horizon of thinking
Yeah.
to think
Boost my
strategically when you are
boost.
doing something.
It will boost my horizon of thinking. Okay.
It will boost my horizon of thinking. Or for instance, to have some thoughts regarding strategic thinking.
What are the uses of hobbies?
Hobbies are basically the uh, type of work that you are enjoying the most while doing. So, when you are enjoying the task while doing it, you will definitely learn it from your mind and heart, and it will stay with you forever. So, while having a hobby, you will definitely gain a skill that will end up through your all that will end up along with your life. So it will stay with you throughout your life, and in a life is as a journey. You can that hobby will definitely help you out in any scenario. For instance, many of my friends are pursuing martial art as their hobby. So that definitely boost their confidence while they are going with their parents or other family members. So they know that they save themselves if any harsh condition would appear or unfriendly elements of the society will try to harm them.
Okay. Don't you think hobbies are a waste of time? Part one question.
Hobbies are not, according to me, what is my perception is that hobbies are definitely not the waste of time. It is a special skill set
They
that
are.
you are
Yeah.
acquire.
They are.
It
Especially.
is they are the special skill set that you are acquiring uh, a long time, and you will master them as you pursue them along with the time. So uh, that is a special uh, type of skills you are having. So I don't think that hobbies are the waste of time.
Okay. Part two question for you. Right. Part two question. You have to speak about a person who has just moved to a new home. Okay.
Speak about person having new
Who
home.
has any person who has just moved to a new home. Okay.
Okay.
So you have to
Hmm.
say who this person is, when he
A
moved,
new
when he moved to a new,
oh,
why he
okay.
decided to move home, right?
Okay.
What are his memories about moving to the new home? Okay,
What are memories?
his memories about moving to the new home. So you have 1 minute.
Okay.
to think. Ready?
Yes, we can start.
You start.
Recently, a friend of mine moved from Noida to Rishikesh a couple of months ago. To be precise, on 1st of March, 2022. So it was a good experience for his family as well as to me and some of my friends, because we were there to help him out uh, in the moving process. So there are a couple of regions which were responsible for his moving from Noida to Uttarakhand to
You can say
Rishikesh.
for his migration also, right?
Okay,
For his,
there were a couple of regions for their his migration from Noida to Rishikesh.
hmm.
Basically, what he told us and what I feel or believe when I reach over there with his family, that he want to have a sustainable way of living along with his family. The quality of air and water as compared to here in Noida to what over there in Rishikesh is altogether different. The air quality index. Uh,
Much
uh,
pure in Rishikesh in comparison to Noida, right?
okay, okay. The air quality index over here in Noida is never come below 150 uh, quantity, and but over there the air quality index never go beyond 50 mark. So it is quite important uh, 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 to have a healthy life to uh, he himself and to his family members, especially his aging parents. Second thing is that there are so many good educational institutions so that his kids can get uh, uh, so that his kids can get good education. One more thing that I came to know that the uh, uh, pedagogy which was done by the educator over there is a blend of traditional as well as modern education system. One thing more that as a hilly area, the kids will
Rishikesh is a hilly area.
a hilly terrain.
Hmm.
Basically, as a hilly terrain, the kids will uh, imbibe by their parents to be self-sufficient in terms of doing their chores by themselves. Over here in plain area in northern part of India, the are having much more leisure in getting our groceries or whatever task we are given by our parents. Everything is getting online. However, over there is the facilities are available, but it is difficult to have them at your fingertips. So while moving, we shared as a family a lot of memories while uh, lot of memories. Uh, I personally want to tell you that while moving, we came across the different stages of different types of terrain while moving from like plain area. That trees were different. The water, the quality of water was the quality of water changes from here in Noida to the northern part of the India drastically. The vegetation over there, along with the different type of fauna, that's completely changed and was a shock for me. However, I read about the flora and fauna of the hilly terrain, uh, but having uh, in person over there was altogether a different experience for me. So I think his family will definitely has a good environment in terms of physical environment and the mm, mental environment, because when I was over there I came to know that Rishikesh is the yoga capital of India, so they will definitely get benefit from the yoga and meditation.
Yes.
One more thing that I came to know that the Rishikesh city shares its vicinity with Ganges River and Rajaji National uh, Park. So they will definitely have a touristic. They definitely have recreational activities over over there in terms of uh, enjoying the water activities, and they might have some kind of trekking while they if they want to uh, have some adventure in the Rajaji National Park.
Yes. Okay. Part three. Have you ever moved home?
Sorry, sir.
Have you ever moved homes? Have you ever
Uh,
moved from your home?
we moved from one place to another place once in my life. When I was 12 years old, we came from our hometown in a village, or in my native place, to the city of that district. So it was I would say, not a good experience for us, because the transportation system, especially the road connectivity and the means of communication, like moving vehicles, were not readily available. Uh, so we faced many problems in moving. However, one more thing I would like to add over here is that we reared some animals along with us, because it is the tradition of Indian society that if you are living in a village, you must have some kind of animals like buffalo, cows, or some dogs or cats along with you, because they are part of part of the family, and they will get benefit you in terms of milk or their loyalty towards the humans.
Yes. So they
So,
will
uh,
benefit you, right?
moving along with other family members, for instance, those animals was a altogether a different task, different but a uh, uh, hefty, different, and what would you say, the abnormal task to move them, because they were not
It
familiar
was it
to.
was very hard to move.
It was very hard to move along with them, because one thing for sure, the animals were not familiar to travel in some kind of four wheelers or some in some vehicles, because they like to walk on their four limbs.
Hmm.
So it was a different task. Second thing was that before our moving from village to city, we have to get a proper place of residence, not only for us but for the animals which uh, came with us from our village home. So uh, having a place of residence was important, and while and after uh, completing all this manner of
After computing all these, after computing all these, what happened? What happened? Can you hear me? Yes. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah. What happened?
Yes,
Where
yes.
did you go?
I don't know. Might be some network glitches over here.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So I was saying that moving along with the animals and whole house was altogether humongous task
Yes.
to be performed. But if now I am talking to move my home from the current city I am living to another city, will definitely not a humongous task, because now the vehicle and the road connectivity has improved many times. Uh, One more thing that I would like to share, that there are so many hired help which are now readily available in the market, so they can help you out and reduce your labor while moving from one place to another.
Okay. Fine. Okay. Do you think it was next part three question? Was it an emotional experience when you moved into a new home?
uh, be While moving one place to another, and the place where you got your birth or childhood memories is definitely a emotional loss.
An emotion.
The and Is an emotional loss, because the street where you as a kid move or run with your friends, and leaving all those friends and society members over there is a emotional loss. And to cope up with that emotional loss, our parents helped us a lot, and they always try to encourage us to engage with new kids and their families, so that we can make new friends and have some bonding with the families which at that point of time we locate or moved out there.
Okay.
And one more thing I would like to add, that being a kid, you are always trying to explore new soap to have some different candies.
Hmm. Okay. So it's quite emotional, right?
Yes.
Okay. Does it help? Do you think
Uh,
decoration? Yeah.
well, when I was kid, and I was having the same thought of, does it help me to move from my village hometown to over here? At that point of time, that I was thinking that it is uh, not a good thing that our parents did. However, as today, I'm thinking that moving from village to the city was definitely a good decision made by our parents, because we got quality of education here in city what we are no unable to get in that village school. Second thing is that we got more independence in terms of visiting markets, getting our chores done by ourselves, because here in city each member
Every,
of the
every,
family
uh,
e- each member of the family
every member of the family.
every member of the family is busy in doing their stuff, as my mother and father was father and mother both are working. So it is important as for us as a kid to doing our chores and be the self independent, while in village, the village life is quite lethargic, and the time taken by the people who are living over there is some kind of sluggish life they are living over there in the village. However, one more thing I would like to add, that the environmental cost or the cost of living over here in city is far more uh, uh, worse than as we compare
It
to the village,
pretty worse,
because over
pretty worse, pretty worse in comparison to the village.
sorry sir.
I'm saying pretty worse in comparison to.
pretty worse in comparison to the village life. One more thing I would like to add that the mm, kids who were raised along with us in the village as compared to the kids who were raised along with us in the cities are there is a whole lot of difference between their physical um, fitness. The kids from the village background have a lot of mental and physical strength. However, the kids raised in cities have not much that of physical caliber. However, their mental caliber is far more than the village kids.
Hmm. Oh, okay. Do you think decorating the interiors of a new home, right, makes it
Yes.
feel better, makes it more beautiful?
Well, definitely, the interior designing will definitely help to uh, keep your home beautiful and clean. There are so many interior designs that are readily available in the market to keep your residential place in a good and beautiful condition. For instance, recently my mother purchases some posters which can be sticked on the walls of kitchen, so that each and every come and have a beautiful kitchen. So that definitely affect not only the emotional uh, intelligence, but the physical appearance of the home will definitely improve many times.
Hmm.
uh, while there are so many architect which focuses focuses mainly on the interior designing, because while while designing your home interiorly you will get more space in terms of cupboards, almirah, many tables which can be used, uh, which they are having a versatile use uh, in themselves.
Hmm.
For instance, you are using a cupboard, and second moments later you can use that cupboard like a bed, so that you can have a leisure time on that. That is the thing.
What makes a house a home?
What makes a house home?
Yes.
Well, that is quite interesting question for me, and I would like to have a minute or a moment to think.
Hmm. Okay.
Well, definitely, I would like to say that it is the family member of a family who makes a house to the home, because the person or the residents of that house will make that home. Their activity, their memories associated, their way of living, uh, uh, the uh, there are so many different things which they can use themselves in their daily routines, and they try they their memory associated with that particular place, their way of living, their having a birth of a child over there, having some kind of uh, uh, family moments, so that altogether makes a house a home. That is my point of view, as much as I can speak as of now.
Okay. Hmm. Do you think it is easier to move home today, right? Rather,
Yeah,
rather than it was a decade ago.
well, moving from one place to another place is definitely a emotional um, barrier that you have to cross from time that you are associated from one place. Uh, a decade ago, there are the communication system in terms of vehicle and the hired help was not readily available. Even the road conditions were not as much as good. Uh, while uh, while moving your house commodities from one place to other, there are so many chances that they might break while transport while in the transportation system. As of now, we have altogether different organization or the startup company
Movers
which
and packers, right? Basically.
whose
Movers and
main task
packers.
is movers and packers, whose main task is to different organizations like movers and packers. They are keeping themselves to move one house from another, and while the nature of the job as in current scenario is uh, where you current scenario is like that, where you always ready to move from one place to another. You may get transferred from your one posting to another city posting. That is what uh, difference between today's and a decade over scenario,
No.
a decade past scenario.
Okay. Okay. Great. Okay, just a minute.
One more thing I would like to add that
Mhm.
the railway freight system has improved many times because a decade ago the railway ministry was not allowing itself to move one house from other. However, now the railways understood the concept of movers and packers, and that will definitely boost its capability in terms of capital. So now the railways is also improving uh, its system in hiring other in hiring many packers and movers, so that it can uh, get some get some revenue benefit.
Okay, great.